Good morning for a third time today, guys. Like last weekend, it seems like Saturday's busier than Friday. Uh, this one's come up in the comments a few times today. A few people have emailed me about it, and so I did some digging and wanted to give you the truth on this one because obviously the lies are being spread like crazy. So, Hal Turner, the notorious conspiracy theorist, felon, completely lack of credibility radio show host out of New Jersey, is posting his latest amount of bullshit all over the internet. And so I was looking around, and you have all these alt media sites that are picking up on it, and every one of them quotes, according to the Hal Turner radio show, yada, yada, yada. Russia's going back to the gold standard. No. Sorry, as usual, he's full of shit, okay? So you can put this in lines with his talks on La Palma and everything like that. The guy is flat out a massive conspiracy theorist fear porn channel. The end, okay? I'm going to tell you this. I don't care what he says. Don't pay attention to him because the guy's never right. How do I know this? All right, so let's go through a couple of things. First off, his article's all over the place, and it's wrong. Okay. On February 27th, the Russian central bank said that it was going to resume buying gold on the domestic market. Okay, they wanted to undertake measures to ensure financial stability during the sanctions for their invasion of Ukraine. Okay, that's the central bank. 2 days ago, okay, the finance ministry said that it was halting all purchases of foreign currency and gold for this year. Okay. So the Russian central bank is not buying gold. So I thought the next most common sense thing to do was, gee, let's talk to somebody in Russia who might know something about this. So I emailed Konstantin. Okay. Of course, straight from the source, right? You know, a source you can trust. Figure if anybody's going to know about what's going on with the Russian finance system and what they're doing, it might be somebody who lives in Russia who's got his pulse on the business world rather than some whack job in New Jersey. Okay, so I sent Konstantin an email, and very simple question here for it. This is what I asked. I said, hey, buddy, I have a question. There are rumors running around that Putin put Russia back on the gold standard and eliminated the 20% VAT tax on bullion. Is there any truth to this? Every place I can find is talking about, every place I can find talking about this quotes Hal Turner, and he's a complete whack job. Okay. Konstantin's response. Hi. Nope. Nothing like that. As far as I know, we still can't buy gold here. Putting Russia back on the gold standard? That would be great. It would mean no more fractional reserve system. Nope. Putin just proposed not to give real prison time for economic crimes like tax evasion, saying what he has been saying for the last 10 years. Okay. So, no. Russia's not going back on the gold standard. Now, about the only country in the world that feasibly could go on the gold standard would be the United States. And even then, it's practically impossible. Right? Reason being the amount of gold that exists. Remember, the U.S. government is $30 trillion in debt. There's only $1.2 trillion in dollars in circulation. So the U.S. government is about 25 times more in debt than there is all the money that exists. All right. Now, I want to get into how much gold is in the world. Okay, that becomes a big question here as to what we could do. Remember, I'm only talking about the United States using this for fiat currency. okay, or using gold, and everything is financed on fiat currency. All right. There are about 53,000 tons of gold in the world. There's not enough to pay all the bills just of the governments of the world in gold, let alone your money, your debt, anything of the sort. It would completely destroy the world economy if anybody tried to do it. There's very few countries, or very few people, let's put it this way, that want to do it. You know, certainly the United States, not one of them, other than like Rand Paul or something. Now, I'm an isolationist, and going back on the gold standard would certainly become an isolationist type policy, because there's no way in the world you would have international trade at this point. Can you imagine trying to move gold, gold-backed currency or anything like that around? It's just not feasible, guys. There's too much debt to ever do it. If you want to talk about the Great Reset, sure, we could go to a gold standard that would wipe out the economies of the world and go back to a gold standard. It would completely destroy the import-export business of anything: food, oil, minerals, anything like that that's needed. It couldn't be done. And a country like Russia does not have the financial strength to do it. Yes, Russia doesn't have that much in the way of debt, comparatively to, say, China or the United States or anything like that, governmental debt I'm talking about here. But they also don't have a currency that's worth the pot you piss in. All right. Right now a ruble is worth less than a penny. So, every time you see videos or whatever talking about how many rubles it costs, that's how many almost pennies it costs right now. I mean, even up until a couple of weeks ago, when the ruble was 75 to 1, that's still a little bit more than a penny. Now the ruble's at about 110, so it's a little bit less than a penny. It's not possible, guys. As grandiose as an idea as it would be, it's all fear porn. Don't worry about it. If a country ever decided to go on the gold standard, it would completely wreck the world economy. Yeah, it would be the most stable currency around. There's no question about that. But Russia doesn't have, even though they've been buying gold like crazy for the last 8 years, Russia still doesn't have nearly the stockpile of gold that a lot of the other developed countries in the world have. That's where you get an issue. So I don't want to get way in the weeds on this one, but I just wanted to let you know there's no truth to what Hal Turner told you here, guys. Ignore it all. Enjoy. See ya. I'm going to get some gardening done. This is getting nuts. I need to get away from the computer. Pinball out.